What's good, y'all? I've got some super cool, unique, and strong buffs from my boy Dunsparce. It's a bit of an unorthodox type change, but I think it fits pretty well when you consider the origin of what Dunsparce is. And it's also very unique, the only other ground and fairy type being Tapu Bulu, which is another weird Pokemon to get this typing, but you can go check out that video if that weirds you out, or you want some further elaboration on that. But before I get into any of the mechanical stuff here, which is super awesome, I want to have a little disclaimer for anybody who's new here to check out the Google Sheet, linked right down below in the description. You can look at all of the other Pokemon buffs and changes, of which every single Pokemon is massively reworked. And the most important part of the Google Sheet is right here. It says search all moves here. It's a little, its own little individual sheet. I mean, I wouldn't say little, it's pretty huge, but it's easy to navigate with all of these categories. You can click them, it'll automatically link to that. I have buffed and changed over 600 moves in this ROM hack. There are 130 new moves as well, and in general, it's pretty safe to say it's not your average run-of-the-mill ROM hack. The buffs and changes to moves in Pokemon are very in-depth and detailed, and I would highly recommend giving these moves especially a look, because not only did it take me a lot of time to organize all these out and plan them all out, but also it's really important to understand how the Pokemon function now, because pretty much every single move is buffed or changed. But that being said, though, Fairy Ground Dunsparce. The ground typing is obvious. It honestly always should have been part ground in my opinion. It's known for burrowing in the ground. It lives in the ground. It has a drill for its tail. It's like a ground snake guy. It makes a lot of sense. Ground typing, normal ground, totally reasonable type change. If that's what it is in your ROM hack or that's what you wanted, I respect it entirely. Ground and fairy is, the fairy typing comes from the mythical aspect of what Dunsparce is. It's this extremely rare cryptid type Pokemon. I believe it's like a Tsuchinoko or something like that. Let me look it up. Hold on. Tsuchinoko? Yeah, Tsuchinoko. And it's this mythical thing, and that's what Dunsparce is based on. I know Dunsparce is also based on like a skink and a couple other weird fucking lizards and snakes, but yeah, that's the reason for the fairy typing, and also it does fit his vibe. Fairy typing doesn't even have to be magical necessarily. There's tons of fairy types that are just fucking cutesy Pokemon. They have nothing. Oh, they have no other reason to be fairy other than that. So Dunsparce is also a pretty cute little guy, and he's like this weird little rare Pokemon. So I think it makes sense. Also, he's got those little wings and stuff. I think it's cool. I think your Fairy Ground is very cool. So that's the logic for that. And it's just a very unique dual typing. It's great offensively, and it has some good defensive qualities as well. Let me think of what that resists. Not too much, right? What? It's neutral to poison now. It's still neutral to bug because fairy is nerfed. Fairy, bug, and fairy, ghost, and fighting don't resist bug anymore. So it's, I don't know why I'm blanking, but I know it resists rock, fighting, dark. What else does ground resist? What am I don't know. I can't think of a full list right now. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm definitely forgetting a few. So. Yeah, just make sure you check. I know they resist poison as well, but as a part fairy, they're neutral to that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just dark, ground, and rock, right? Which is good enough. Those are the good resists. So, and then you also have the immunity to dragon and electric, which is nice, super nice. And yeah, as a whole, they're super bulky. I did decrease the HP because I try to base HP more on the size of the Pokemon in this hack, but they are also much bulkier because they got defensive boosts. 115, 110 fits pretty well, given that they're a fairy type now. Especially the special defense is pretty cool, and physical defense fits as like this, ground burrowing snake guy. As for the abilities, he has tons of new ways to abuse Serene Grace, which I'll get into. But first, I want to cover Simple. Simple, logic-wise, I don't think I need to dwell on it for too long. It's pretty fitting. It's like he's this derpy, slow-witted, what's his name? I mean, I guess he's a snake. And Simple works really well with a lot of different moves. So late game, you get a bunch of funny ones like Enchantment, which Enchantment is essentially Geomancy, but it only gives you +1 speed. So with Simple, plus Power Herb, and Enchantment, you're getting +4 special attack, +4 special defense, and +2 speed. 45 base speed at +2 is pretty quick. You will outspeed most things. Say for hypothetically, you have a neutral speed nature and 15 speed IVs at +2 speed, you're hitting 346, which is not that great. But if you got like a plus speed nature or better speed IVs, then you can start to outspeed a lot of stuff. Otherwise, you're mostly only going to be outspeeding about base 110 or so Pokemon, which is good enough. But the main allure of that is just a special boost as well. You can also use Calm Mind with Simple. That gives you +2 special attack, +2 special defense. Coil, same thing, but it also gives you accuracy. And on the physical side, Rock Polish. Not rock polish, sorry, agility will give you +4 speed, which is pretty great. Again, that fairy ground dual stab is very nice. You have all types of powerful dual stab options and other great utility options. Roost is reteachable, which is super nice. Simple also works with stockpile and skull bash and all this other stuff, as well as charge beam and You know, Rage even can work with that. It's got all types of fun options. Swords Dance, which you can use with Priority Fairy Blow, or you can use Swords Dance Agility, whatever it is. He does have the natural bulk to live strong priority moves like First Impression, so his sweep won't be necessarily stopped by a single First Impression. Although if it's, you know, an onslaught of them and you didn't roost off the damage in the meantime, then now you might be in trouble. But he is a pretty good sweeper because of that. Funnily enough, sweeping is pretty hard to pull off in this hack, especially in a hardcore Nuzlocke when you can't let your Pokemon faint. Even more so in a team locked Nuzlocke when you can't switch around your Pokemon at will. But yeah, he's got great utility moves, great bulk. You know, you've got utility like Roost and stuff like T-Spikes and Mystical Fire and Water Poles, which drop attack, and Ominous Wind, all of which drop attack and special attack by -1. Serene Grace works great with Hoodwink. Hoodwink is literally Fairy type Iron Head, and you also have regular old Iron Head. So you can use Hoodwink per stab, as you know, it's 80 base power, it's strong, reliable Fairy type stab coming off a 90 base attack. And you can use that in conjunction with buffed Glare. Glare will drop the opponent's attack, special attack, and paralyze them. So you can use Glare, spam Hoodwink, you can use Roost, and you can kind of just flinch hacks the opponent to death. It's pretty fun. The only downside would be like the limited PP of Hoodwink, I guess. I mean, it's not super limited. It's probably like, what, 20, if I had to guess. I'm honestly too lazy to switch tabs because they might lag while I'm recording. But you can check it out for yourself. The point is, though, that's really fun for Serene Grace flinch hacks. You can also use Dual Wing Beat and Air Slash, which both have over 50% chances to flinch with Serene Grace as well. Iron Head has that same chance. Signal Beam and Dazzling Gleam both have a 50% chance to boost your special attack step by 1 with Serene Grace. Scorching Sands has a 60% burn rate. And that's about it for like the super relevant stuff. Dragon Pulse has a 60% chance to para, I guess. Moonblast, 60% chance to drop special attack. And the rest of the Play Rough, guaranteed attack drop. That's actually really great with Serene Grace. And then the rest of them are all just situational little options, not too great for Serene Grace. The main use is just flinch hacksing things to death with Serene Grace. And then Simple is just for setup and stuff, of which you have tons of different options. He's just a really good bulky utility Pokemon. Good offense, you know, 90-85 offenses when you consider the fact that he has Simple, Coil, Swords Dance, and Calm Mind becomes hell of a lot better. Simple, Calm Mind is especially good with stuff like Mudshot and Pixie Dust, both of which are priority moves that are stab. So Mudshot, Pixie Dust, Calm Mind, Roost, you know, boom, there you go. Fairy Ground, Dual Step, whatever it is, you can really customize your moves a lot. You do have to be careful with what level up moves you teach and which ones you don't teach, though, because those ones are not reteachable, but your full giant list of TMs and tutor moves are, so you got to be careful with juggling those with around one another. Mud Bomb is another very strong special ground type option, 1 base power, 90% accurate. You've got Earth Power there for reliable, reteachable, you know, special ground type stab. Physical ground moves, of course, you have stuff like Earthquake and Drill Run and stuff like that, Stomping Tantrum, all that fun stuff. Land's Wrath and Flare Cannon are 150 base power and drop your special attack step by -2. Like I said, Enchantment is super sick. Stored Power is also really fun. Stored Power will give you +2 special attack each time you click it. It only has 3 PP, but it's very, very strong, even though it's not stab, especially after an enchantment. Because after enchantment, you're at, so let me actually do the math, right? With enchantment, you're at +4, +4, +2. That is 10 boosts. So you're at 220 base power on the first use of stored power, and then you're getting another +1 special attack for the next 2 times you click it. So yeah, enchantment stored power is pretty fucking crazy. You can even use like Power Herb enchantment plus agility if you have enough move slots for it. You could totally do that, and then you can actually sweep. So honestly, the possibilities are very, very limitless for Dunsparce in this hack. He's got all types of fun things you can run. You can meme sets with like the boosting options, and then you've actually got good. Holy crap! I am stumbling over my words. You've got actual good boosting options as well. Even stuff like Steel Wing is good. That gives you +2 defense, so you can use that for earlier on in the game, of course, before you get stuff like Coil. But yeah, Amnesia +4 special defense. You know, Yawn is good just for sleeping the opponent. Hold Back will give you +2 attack and +2 accuracy, and it won't knock the opponent out, so you can actually like debuff the opponent with your ally, send in your Dunsparce, click Hold Back 3 times, now you're at +6 attack, and then you can spam Fairy Blow, which is pretty cool. Wish is also good healing if you don't want to use Roost, but I would just teach Roost, unless you want to like Wish Pass or something. But yeah, as a whole, he's just an absolute blast of a Pokemon to use. Very, very cool and unique dual typing. Very cool coverage options. Very cool simple boosting options. Very cool Serene Grace options with flinch hacking and whatnot. And yeah, even simple Dragon Dance for the end of the game would be a kind of a meme. It's a meme, but you do have 2 PP on that, so you can get +4 speed and +4 attack over the course of 2 turns, and you can actually start to, you know, outspeed things with Roost as well to heal yourself up and set up versus the opponent. So yeah, super fun Pokemon to use. Even Weather Ball could be good with Serene Grace. That will always drop special defense with Serene Grace, so that's pretty cool. in the weather. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for listening. Pretty simple on when you get past simple. I didn't even fucking mean to make that pun. But yeah, once you get over the dual typing, which might rub some people the wrong way, but I think it's cool, and makes Dunsparce a lot more unique. And yeah, good bulk, very, very bulky Pokemon, strong, fun to use. That's about it. Appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and let me know if you listened this far into the video. Shout out to you. Peace.